Hey brother, great lesson yesterday. Let's talk about some things. So we mainly worked on finger picking, but we tethered it to songwriting tricks that you might find valuable moving forward. So continue to strum one-man band just to give the finger picking a break so we can work on some better habits. One of the tricks was to take a C chord and shift it up a full step. Now it's a D with a 9th and an 11th, which I just call D911. So practice your finger picking here. Get the thumb going, then insert the index, then plug in the middle note. And once you get good at this, every other time substitute the high E for the B, so you get that beautiful 9th on the top. Okay, this is always a nice substitute for a D major. And either chord you can alternate the bass. We talked about this, which is sort of a more advanced move, but not too difficult. Start with just the thumb and then do the same process. Now you have what we call the alternating bass line. It's just going 1, 5, 1, 5, B string. If you can get this, you're right there in the boxer zone. Try it on the D911. Then we move this up yet again to get a type of E minor chord that was a E at the 7th fret and a G at the 5th fret. That's a minor third on E plus the open strings. Technically you can play this as a 6th note of E minor. And we finger picked and we did the walk down. So we did root drops, now it drops to 5 and to 4. Occasionally substitute the high E. If you want to keep going down, play a perfect 5th on C, then a B7. We talked about how in the E minor, the pinky creates nice color tones, so you can add this high note is just a perfect 5th B, but here you get a 9th, which is very cool. And if you shift it up, you get a 7th to the G string, but now I have that open B too, so that's a cool sound. And if you drop that one, you get a minor 6th chord. So here you have a minor 7th, G string, and then a minor 6th. And that little pattern where your thumb's going 5, 4, 6, 4 that we use on the C, you could do it here too because the open E is part of the chord like this. Explore these upper tones. And then I showed you how you can just move this down, same shape, same frets, to get an A minor 9. Root, 5th, no, root, octave, minor 3rd, 5th, 9th. Let's do the same pattern. You can do the same walk down. Walk downs get overused, but they're awesome. You don't have to walk down. This chord stands on its own nicely. Try the same thing with the pinky. To get different tones. That's a minor 6th. The top voice would give you a 9th, but an octave higher than. And I'm a big fan of not always worrying about what the voice is, just listening to it and enjoying or not enjoying the sound and using that to determine what you do. We also talked about a B minor that can be livened up by the introduction of the open high E, which is an 11th, and then the G, which is a flat 13, or like a flat 6. So, same picking pattern, basic. And this has interesting, every once in a while, open high E. It's also nice for strumming. But you can do different things with the bass. So you can go to the open A, which is really simple and comfortable. Now to the low G, and then the open E. Very similar to the D911. Finally, actually, just give myself an idea. Try some of your songs that have E minor. try substituting this 2-finger chord, which is sort of like an A minor 7 moved up. This is a cool E minor 9 that people like. So if you're writing a song that's going E minor and A minor, for instance, you might try and substituting that E minor 9 sound. Okay, finally we talked about the extended scale. So 12 is octave, you know that. Play major scale. Whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. Try the on-off articulation. Then observe the intervals. Major 7th, minor 7th, and so forth. Major 6, minor 6. This is the same for every string. Perfect 5th, 7th fret, diminished 5th. Diminished 5th is the exact midpoint of the chromatic scale, as you know. This is the 6th fret at a 12. Perfect 4th, major 3rd, minor 3rd, major 2nd, minor 2nd, root. And do that on the other strings too. And once you've learned the intervals, substitute the natural minor with flat 3, 6, and 7. Flat 6, sorry, flat 7, 1. It's nice for slides too. You can do any of the keys this way. Try to write some riffs with the low ones. Some famous riffs are Running Down a Dream on E. Another one in the key of A is so unusual pull-off slides, low string motion can get you some cool riffs. Okay, brother, I think it's everything we covered. If I missed anything, shoot me a text later.